billionaires convention, at meetings in New York and closed-door Shangri-La meetings in Toronto, and in talks with officials and ministers ever since, the richest people on earth have been directing this government on how the tax-funded infrastructure bank should work. Their instructions? They get all the profits from risky mega-projects, and taxpayers get all the losses. Why is the government giving a $35 billion bank to the world's wealthiest elite?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Infrastructure and Communities.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We were elected on a platform to invest in a historic infrastructure plan, including developing an infrastructure bank. The infrastructure bank would engage private capital to build better public transit, energy transmission, trade corridors, and more across Canada. By engaging private capital, Mr. Speaker, in these projects, our investments will go further and free up more funding for the record investments we're making in things like social housing, disaster mitigation, women's shelters, and clean water and wastewater systems. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
The honourable member for Carleton.
Imagine infrastructure were ice cream, and a wealthy aristocrat wanted to make money selling ice cream cones. Now, if he made a profit from his sales, he could put it in his pocket. But in order to avoid losses, he has the Liberals set up the ice cream cone bank to ensure that taxpayers pay the price if he makes a loss. Mr. Speaker, why won't the government admit that this is a gigantic $35 billion self-licking ice cream cone for the wealthy elite?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, we value the expertise that those in the private sector can offer and thank those on the Economic Advisory Council for their advice, for example. We've engaged a number of actors across the country, including the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, unions, provinces, territories, Indigenous peoples, engineers, construction firms, and more. We are proud of this level of engagement on the infrastructure bank's design, and from someone that comes from the private sector, for me, this is absolutely a no-brainer. We look forward to continuing to speak with a wide range of actors. We will continue to do so. All this for the interest of Canadians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.